Alright, so let's jump right into it. I know it's been a long time, but I'm here. Alright, so this is going to be a relatively high fade. Don't be scared to start your first guideline, pretty high. It's going to blend right in. We're going to also pick his hair out on top and then shape it, and then we're going to re-sponge it. But right here I started with the first guideline with the lever closed, and then I put it in the middle and then opened it up. Now you might see a little bit of demarcations or shadow from the lever being closed or in the middle, so you can work your way back down into that zero just to remove that shadow. So that very top line, that's already with the lever all the way open. That's as high as I'm going to go with the lever all the way open. There's not going to be no C-cup. There's not going to be a dark detailed edge. This is what my client wants. This is what he likes, and this is what we did. So now we jump into the number 1 guard, lever all the way open. Now it's not going to be a faux hawk. It's still going to be fit to the shape of his head. I'm not going to cut in. I'm just kind of going straight up and just removing that bulk on the sides at the ridge of his head. So starting with the lever open with the 1 guard, and then in that shadowed area where the half line is at, I try to blend that in, slowly closing the lever. So after the lever being open all the way, I put it in the middle and then close it. You're not going to get it all the way out because you're going to come back with your half guard. There are some barbers such as Chris Bazio. He can blend without using the 1.5 guard and the half guard. I haven't been that comfortable yet, so I do like using the half guard for detailing, but yeah, I'm gonna work on it. Right here is the number 1.5 guard. Again, I started with the lever open. This is not the 1 guard, this is the 1.5 guard. I'm using the Wall Magic Cordless clippers. I'm sorry I didn't say it in the beginning. Also, I'm using the Wall Premium guards. Everything I use in my videos, y'all, is in the description below, so make sure y'all check those links out. Alright, so now I'm back down to the 1/16 guard or 0 guard, depending on what system you're using, either Wall or Andis. And you can tell the blend's already coming together, and I started relatively high, but I still give myself room to blend. It may look like it's a disconnected haircut right now with all that bulk, but I do some clipper over comb work, and also when I pick it out and I shape it, I kind of like graze that bulk and then it blends right in. You'll see at the end, so stay tuned. And then after using the half guard, I start with the lever open, just using my corners and blending that in. That's already blurry, if you ask me. The bottom we're going to knock out with the Andis MVPs right here. This is a detachable clipper. I'm using the 5-0 blade or the 5-aught blade. And this is what's going to get it close enough to where I can go back with the Andis profile shaver and get it real skin tight. Alright, so right here I kind of slowed it down because you want to start going down. You can fade using this profile shaver. If you go just straight up into it where that 0 guideline is at, you're going to create yourself a line that you can't get out. So start going downwards in a downwards position first and then go up. And there won't be a line. You might have to go back with a trimmer and use a corner just to remove some dark spots, but you won't have a harsh line. Alright, so right here I'm doing some clipper over comb work, and whenever I do clipper over comb, depending on what area it is in, I like to start with the lever open, and if it's like if it's in a shorter area where the hair is shorter, I'll kind of like close it a little bit, but for the most part I always do clipper over comb with the lever all the way open, which is the half. And I'm kind of using like a flat top comb, real thin. That way I can get in the real tight areas. Trust me, I'm going to blend out that bulk right there to see where I'm at. And then right here I use like a real fine tooth comb to comb the hair down. And then just do some touch-up work. Trust me, the end result is nice. Alright, so what you do to one side, you do to the other, starting with the lever all the way closed. And again, your first guideline, do not be too scared to go high. If your client asks for a high fade, give him a high fade. If your client asks for a mid fade, give him a mid fade. You can't be scared to commit. You gotta trust in the clipper, trust in the system. And once you find a system that works for you, stick with it. Don't change it up. You might get some tips and techniques from other barbers, but for the most part, if it works for you, stick with it. I'm also using a Andes brush. It's like a black brush. I love it. It's small. It's easy to, you know, keep in the opposite hand whenever I'm fading. I kind of I'll hold it with my pointer finger and my thumb, or I'll hold it in between my pointer finger and my middle finger. It just depends. And I'm always like constantly brushing because you want to make sure you wipe off any debris or excess hair. That way you can see what needs to be cut and what's already cut. My clippers are not zero gap, they are adjusted, meaning whenever I take them out of the box, most of the times the blade's kind of off, so I just kind of fix it. I don't zero gap it. And I'm using a factory blade, which is the surgical blade, like it's kind of flat, so if you like to cut like digging in, you're gonna pull a pore. So I will switch to the taper blade, but if you can cut fading like straight up, like straight on the client's scalp, then you won't have that problem. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and connect the back, and the back can be a little more coarse, just because it's a thick area and the hair kind of grows thicker in this area, so you might find yourself using a lower guard or taking this area a little higher just to make sure that it connects with the sides.
You are now listening to the House of Creation.
Just, you know, pay attention to detail, and you can see that bulk that's right in the back area. I thought my camera was recording whenever I was removing it, but I did some clear over comb to remove that bulk. So, and again, you'll see the end result. It's not going to be there. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and knock the bottom out, and just because the bottom is gonna be balded out, I typically just start the fade and and then I'll come back and bald it out because it's gonna be gone anyways. It's irrelevant. I think for it being without being detailed, this fade is coming together. What y'all think? Alright, so now I put some oil sheen in the client's hair, that way when I pick it, it doesn't snag or pull or it's too hard to pick out, and it's gonna look crazy when you pick it out, but once I add that shape to it and add the sponge look, trust me, fire. Make sure you get it evenly picked out all the way around. Alright, so now we're gonna start shaping, and this right here, I have my lever closed all the way whenever I freehand. And I kind of start on the client's right side and I just bring everything together with it. You want to have a steady hand. You want to make sure you have good grip to the clipper. Make sure your hands are not sweaty or wet, because if you drop this clipper, man, it's game over. So just have a steady hand and try not to dig in or cut too much off. That blendo. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. My handle's at the top left corner of this video. And I kind of shape the front area to remove like any hairs hanging over. just gives it a nice shape and easier to line up in the front as well. And you can see with the opposite hand, I'm keeping control of the client's head. Just if he moves or sneezes or whatever the deal is, I can move away from them. Alright, so now I'm going to comb this front hairs down and line them up. And I'm using a fine-tooth comb because you want to make sure you get every little hair that hangs over combed down. You see now the hair, it doesn't look like a disconnected haircut. It looks like everything blended together. And it's a high fade, y'all. It's a high fade. I'm using my Andes GTX T outliners. They are modified. The plastic piece is cut off, but they are not zero gap. They're just adjusted. And then I use the Chuka the Barber's 1 minute blade modifier, and they be hitting like crazy. Shout out to Chuka the Barber for that product, man. I did a review on it. Make sure y'all check that video out as well. And I kept this edge pretty natural, so I didn't have to apply any shave gel or anything like that. Alright, so now we're gonna add the twist sponge to it, and just notice how this haircut comes together. Woo! Fire! You want to make sure you stay in one, like counterclockwise or clockwise. You want to stay in one motion all the way through. Trust the system, y'all. Trust the system. See right here, there's a little bit of bulk. This is just me detailing some work. I took my 1.5 guard. Just started removing the dark areas. Attention to detail, y'all. Attention to detail. Some aftershave, some alcohol. This is a finished product, y'all. Sponge look on top with a high fade. Tell me what y'all think. Comment below. I think this haircut came out fresh. I think it looks good on him. Make sure y'all subscribe, share, and comment.